Then the next thing we'll see is spline. So spline is a profile which doesn't have any predefined shapes. Till now we have seen shapes which are predefined, but spline doesn't have any predefined shape. So however you want, you can create a spline shape. It is irregular shape. Any shape which doesn't have any this thing predefined shape is called as spline. So you can see you can create a spline however you want. You can create the points also. Using those points you can edit. So there are three types of style spline and equation driven, but in this course we'll see only one type of spline. Bezier spline. So this spline is nothing but spline using coordinate vertices. So if you give lines, points, then it will create a spline. Then with B spline with degree 3. So variation is the difference here. All this have same coordinates. Trying to create all these lines same, but you can see the variation in the spline. So it is having degree. The degree varies. The variation also increased. See here. So the same points, almost same points, but is varying much more compared to the previous two splines. Sorry. See, almost same points I'm trying to give. Then with degree 7, you can able to see the difference is much more. So these are the different kinds of splines, different variations. One more example here. You can see the variation. So different degrees is nothing but difference of variation. So these are controlled by equation driven splines, these are called. So these are functions. We have seen these topics in mathematics. So degrees of freedoms are controlled here. So now we are seeing ellipse. There are two types of ellipse, normal ellipse and elliptical arc. So it is nothing but a circle, but it has two radius instead of one radius. It's major and minor. First major, then minor, in whatever order it is, depends upon the length. So this is nothing but elliptical arc, or also called partial ellipse. So it's nothing but an ellipse, but in the form of an arc. The next one is parabola. So center and edge apex, then start and end, the same thing. So go to sketch edit. Now you are seeing conic parameter. So this is similar to ellipse but with having conic parameter. Now move to modify commands. Till now you have seen draw commands. Now first one is fillet. Fillet is nothing but smooth curvature. So I'm taking rectangle. So as you can see, there are sharp curvatures at the end. So if I select 2 points of the curvature, the rectangle, you'll get a radius predefined. So if you want to keep the constraints, you can give, or otherwise whatever value you give, that will come directly. So if you want multiple, you need to select more than once. So again one more fillet. So you want as many as I want. So if you want constraints, you can keep that option. If you tick mark the constraint option, you'll get, so select two faces, then you'll get a constraint fillet. So you can see there are constraints also, tangent constraints are formed. So dimension each fillet, so dimension also will come for each and every fillet. Now this next option is sketched chamfer. It is similar to fillet, but the only difference is it is a sharp curvature. So there are two methods here, angle distance and distance. So the same thing, select two faces, any two faces, you will get chamfer. So you can select angle and distance or distance and distance. In angle and distance, one will be the angle, one will be the distance, but in both cases you will get a chamfer. Chamfer is a sharp curvature and fillet is a smooth curvature. Generally fillets are used for designs. Then under trim options we have power trim. So power trim is a very useful tool. So if I create any lines, so trim is basically wherever self intersecting edges or lines or objects, whether they are intersecting or overlapping, they will be cutting each other using a command called trim. So if you want to remove unwanted trim lines, so you can delete option. So trim is a command which deletes the objects which are unwanted, means which are overlapping each other. So when two lines are there, if it overlaps each other, then only trim works. Keep that in mind. Trim doesn't work if there is no overlapping. So you're seeing trim option here. So first option, trim, power trim. So you can see, so it creates a path also. So you can see after trimming where trim you have created. So that is just a reference for us, so we can know that trim. So power trim works irrespective if it doesn't have trim also. This is the only option where if no trim is also there, it will remove. That is nothing but delete option also, you can see. So the second one is corner trim. So this is used to trim the objects which are only corner points. So it doesn't trim as you wish, only corners can be trimmed here. So there is a thing here. So which side first you select, that only will get trimmed. So there are depends upon the selection you have made, and shown example here. So first I'm selecting the right side, then you can see left is getting removed. See, if I select the opposite side, so if I select the second line first, they will go in all other direction. So this is the magic of corner trim. Then the next one is trim away inside. This is nothing but we need to create two lines which act as a boundaries. So whatever trimming lines which are there inside the boundaries, those will get removed irrespective of you select the outside or inside. So as you can see, you have created two lines. I'm drawing some random lines here. So use that trim away inside. Select boundaries. So those two lines will act as a boundaries. So first, when I use trim away inside, I need to select two lines bounding entities. Then so it is showing here to select a boundary, so you need to select the two lines. Then irrespective, if you click outside, see, you can see here I'm clicking outside and inside, but only inside lines are getting removed. So same way we can create trim away boundaries also. Outside also I can give. So irrespective where you click, the option, the command software will trim inside only. That is the specialty of this command. So you can see the next option is trim away outside. So it removes options which are outside this thing. Same option, but instead of going inside, it will trim outside. Same thing. So selecting two boundaries, then see, I'm selecting that option, then it will remove irrespective if I give outside or inside. So these two are similar to each other. One is outside, one is for inside. So next one is trim to the closest. Whichever place is the closest to the trim, it will remove. So I'm creating some lines, random lines. So I'm selecting that option, select that trim to closest, then see, it is nothing but cutting operation, and there you can see a scissor symbol also. Whichever are closest to the trim, then it will remove. Then the next one is extend. Extend is opposite to trim. So as I have said, trim is removing option, then extend is adding option. There are any underlapped objects, it will extend. So the next option is convert entities. So it is convert, used to convert a 3D profile, already create a 3D model, then you can convert. So for that I am creating a 3D model. I am creating a box here. I am using 3D command extrude. We'll see how I created that later in later tutorials, but for now I'm interested in this box only. Then sketch the face. So suppose I want to create a circle, or I want to draw a hexagon. Create an extrude. Then I want to convert entities, use that option. So you can see the faces of the hexagon has been created as a sketch. All the dimensions are same previous. It is nothing but a sketch representation of a 3D model. So it is used to create as a reference. Suppose you have created a 3D object, you don't know its dimensions or shape, you can convert that one into a two-dimensional object, which is a sketch. Now I'm creating a line closed shape. I'm using offset command. So you can see offset is nothing but the same object at some distance. In offset you have reverse option, it will go in reverse direction. So you need to select that value. So 10 is very small, I think, so you can give some small value such that I'm getting object value 2. So it will give 2 value. So you can see there 2 selected, reverse, it goes in reverse direction. So you need to, while creating reverse option in the offset, you select, you need to keep in mind that the value should not be bigger than the object. So if you want to select only one or two sides of an object, you can select chain option also. So chain is for only multiple options, not the entire object. So you can give bidirectional also. So bidirectional is nothing but in both sides. Suppose So you can see here capped ends are coming, so circular ends also will come in capped end options. Then patterns are nothing but duplicates of an object. You can call it as copy also. So those are called array also. Those are copies at an instant, means predefined position and length. So I need to select that axis. You can select the line also as an axis, or if you have any axis 2D or 3D, you can select that to give the dimensions, length and number of patterns you want. And in second direction also you can give second line, you can select the same thing, select the value, select the number of patterns you want. So that is, so you can say it as pattern in row and column direction. So once again, so in circular pattern, it is in the form of a circle. You need to give an origin point or any point you can give. So entities, whatever you need to pattern, you select first, select circular pattern, select a point predefined, it is selected already. So you can give angle, so number of patterns, how much patterns you want, you can give. So we have come to the end of this tutorial. Thank you.